What's up, guys? So controllers in Halo Infinite are absolutely dominating. Recently, some statistics have come out that have shown that the controller is 15% more accurate at all levels of play. That was the most interesting thing to me, is that this is at every single level. Low level, high level, it doesn't matter. That's always been the argument for mouse and keyboard, is that at the top level, it's better. When the pros play with mouse and keyboard, it's the way to go. That's not true at all. Controller is dominating across the board, 15% more accuracy roughly at all levels of play. I haven't seen a single HCS pro playing with mouse and keyboard, much less one doing well. I genuinely don't know if there's a single pro playing with mouse and keyboard doing decently. So where I personally stand is I have gotten up to Diamond 4 in the open queue crossplay, playing mouse and keyboard. However, I've also tried controller, which is something I'm not very good at. I'm a PC gamer, but I can play controller at the same level. And I bet with just a little bit of time, I would get up to Onyx with the controller, despite not being very good at it, because it is that powerful. That is how good aim assist is in this game, and how powerful aim assist as a concept is with the way Halo is with the movement. So even some of the Halo royalty, Snipe Down, which is, if you keep up with Halo, he is like a Halo god for the last 20 years. This guy is like the authority on Halo, if there is one. And he has said that PC players just don't stand a chance. That's how powerful it is. This is a guy that I believe played Apex at a pro level with mouse and keyboard as well as controller. So if there's anybody that's good at both, it's probably him. So 15% accuracy in Halo is very significant. Much more significant than games that have automatic weapons or single fire weapons. Because the primary weapon in Halo Infinite, in a competitive sense, is the battle rifle. And that is a weapon that's got kill windows. You have the 4 burst, the 5 burst, the 6 burst. And controllers are consistently at high level hitting 4 burst. When you get up to about Diamond, you're going to get 4 bursted probably half the time. And the other half the time, you're going to get 5 bursted. That's something that on PC is really difficult. The amount of 4 bursts I get on PC is pretty minimal. I would love to see the statistics between perfect kills on console versus PC. When I hook in a controller, all I need to do is keep my reticle at about head level, and the perfect kills just come in like mad, because the aim assist is doing all the hard work for me. On PC, dude, I don't even go for perfect kills. I go for the body shot, and then I aim up at the head and hope I get lucky. And a lot of times, dude, depending on and how far away and how far the movement is, sometimes I'll just go for a 6 burst. I'll just hit them all in the body, every single shot, because that's the highest percentage play. So, and keep in mind, I'm not a Halo god, I'm just some boomer, but I've gotten up to Diamond 4, and I'm probably one of the more successful PC players right now in the grand scheme of things, in the grand population of the game. So why is the controller so good? I see a lot of PC players talking about how it's the hit registration, or there's delay or input lag and things like that. In my experience, that is not the case at all. And I'll see these clips posted where it's like, look at this bad hit registration, and it's somebody with a battle rifle getting outstrafed. Their crosshair is dead on. They click their mouse, and not all of their shots hit. And they're like, oh, it's the hit registration. No, that player is actually dodging your shots mid-burst. The movement acceleration in this game is so fast that it is common for players to strafe out of your shots mid-burst. And that's not really a thing on console, because on console, you have the aim assist that's soft locking onto your target, as well as the bullet magnetism. So for the most part on console, or when you're playing with a controller, if your crosshair is on that person, you pull the trigger and it's on them, all 3 of those shots are going to hit, for the most part. There are situations where that's not true, but for the most part, you pull the trigger, if you're on target, they're going to hit with that bullet magnetism. So that's not a luxury that you get on PC. On PC, people are dodging your shots left and right, especially on this game. No other Halo has had this level of strafe, not only just movement speed in general, but the acceleration. You get on Halo 3 and you try to zigzag side to side, it doesn't it doesn't work the same way. Well, you have that ramp up before you move at full speed, and then if you change directions, you have to slow down and then speed up again. This game, you zip around crazy fast. So, aim assist in this game. A lot of people talk about aim assist, and they're like, oh, it just slows your crosshair down when you get near a target. It does do that. That is a nice part of aim assist, but that's not why it's so powerful. PC players aren't complaining about aim assist because of that it allows them to get on target faster. That's not why it's good. Aim assist is good because it allows you to stay on target faster. Not only does aim assist slow your crosshair down when you get near somebody, it locks onto them. It gives you a soft aim lock and allows you and does the hard part, which is tracking the enemy player movement for you. Now, it doesn't do it 100%. You have to make micro corrections, but the game is doing the heavy lifting. And the heavy lifting is that it is reacting for you. When that player goes left, it is automatically moving your crosshair to the left. Now, it might not move it all the way to the left, but it is automatically doing the hard part, which is the reaction to enemy strafing. On PC, if you're aiming at somebody and they haven't strafed yet, you have to see which way they go. Are they going right or are they going left? And then you have to react to that. On console, you don't really have to react to that first part. You just have to correct for when they go right. How far are they going right? That is much easier than having to make that decision and react to it. And not only react to it, but also track, mid-burst, mid-battle rifle burst. And that's the thing, man, is that the battle rifle being the default weapon is huge. If this was DMRs with no bloom, where bullet magnetism wasn't also in the equation, this would be a much different game. But it's not. Halo is a tracking game. The game we're playing right now, this is a tracking game. This is not a flick-oriented game. This game is all about staying on target and hitting those battle rifle shots. So, not only do the controllers get the soft aim lock, they also get the bullet magnetism, which means that they quite literally do more DPS with bloom weapons. You have a commando or a magnum on controller, you can just go pop, 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 and that bullet magnetism is going to suck those bullets in a much more forgiving way than the mouse and keyboard will, because mouse and keyboard, pistol at long range, man, you just start missing shots because the bloom. Bullet magnetism, not so much of an issue. Then you have bullets curving around corners with the bullet magnetism. Again, the bullet magnetism, it is a big deal, but the primary thing really is that not having to react to the strafe. When the game automatically and perfectly reacts to enemy strafing, that is so big. So, another thing with the controller is that with that here's a good example of how playing with the controller is much different than mouse and keyboard. When I hook the controller again in, all I have to do is get my battle rifle the crosshair at about head height, and then just make little micro adjustments, and the perfect kills just start rolling in. I would love to see the difference between the amount of perfect kills with a battle rifle that you get on a controller versus mouse and keyboard. I'd love to see their statistics to see how many perfect kills were done on on keyboard versus on mouse and keyboard versus controller, because getting perfect kills with the battle rifle on mouse and keyboard is God, I've maybe gotten like 20 ever. And I probably got 20 in the first, 2 hours playing a controller, having not hooked one in years. So that's why the controller is so good. It's the strafe speed combined with the controller aim assist doing the hard work. What's the solution? So the problem is the mouse and keyboard is 15% less accurate. What's the solution? You can't nerf aim assist. You just can't nerf it. Casual players and lesser skilled players need aim assist to not make the game unplayable and just not fun. It's fun to be able to hit your shots, and to be honest, the aim assist in its current iteration probably makes the game more fun to play. The fast strafe speed and the responsive movement and the movement acceleration does make the game more fun to play from a movement perspective. If you go back to Halo 3, it is floaty, it is like slow and weird. Not that it's a bad game, but the really responsive, fast, twitchy movement of Halo Infinite does feel good. So I don't want them to get rid of the strafe speed, because it is more fun just in general to run around this Halo world. So one thing they can do is slowly give PC players more
bullet magnetism.
This means that the consistency and the hit detection, for lack of a better word, will feel better because less people are dodging your bullets. and you're going to get those less of those weird situations where people are strafing out of your shots mid burst because the hitboxes and will effectively be bigger, so it'll just feel better. And what I think they need to do is reduce that accuracy delta. Right now it's 15% difference in accuracy at all levels of play. I would like to see that go down to about 7 or 8%. I think mouse and keyboard definitely needs to be less accurate, for sure, because you have to keep in mind, mouse and keyboard does turn faster. You do have better movement because you just have better control with the mouse and keyboard in other areas of the game. You're a little bit better at grenades. You have some advantages, for sure. So I'm not asking to be one-to-one with the controller players, because then, yeah, dude, you would just own them. But I bet at like 7 to 8% less accuracy, it would be a lot more competitive, and I think you would start seeing maybe some HCS, pros playing with mouse and keyboard, because right now, dude, there's no representation at all. I think there's two stories here. So the accuracy being, 15% less accuracy, if this wasn't Halo with battle rifles, that wouldn't be as big of a deal as you'd think. If we were all playing automatic weapons with low time to kill, that 15% wouldn't be that big. But when that 15% can mean a 4-burst kill versus a 6-burst kill, that is huge. If the default weapon in Halo was like the Magnum with no bullet magnetism or no bloom, then I think that 15% would be much less pronounced. But since it's the battle rifle with the burst mechanic, it's huge. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is actually a problem? That's also the second part of this video. Is this a problem? Should Halo be a controller game and PC players should just go fuck themselves? I don't know, dude. There's a lot of people that think that. Genuinely, there's a lot of people on like Reddit in particular that are just like, this is a controller game. It's always been a controller game. It will always be a controller game. Get over it. I think that's a retarded take. That's dumb. I would like to see this game at least attempt crossplay. Now, maybe controller is like 90% dominant, whatever, but I really think this bullet magnetism knob can be tuned in such a way to where you at least see some mouse and keyboard players in the competitive scene. Like, some would be nice, right? I looked at like Halo and Apex, where there are some competitive players on the alternative inputs. You do have some controller pros, and then you have, I think, the whatever. You have people on other things. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.